welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And with me now, Kelsey Kiely. How you doing, Kelsey?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you. You?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Thanks for coming on. You're already dressed in all the gear, ready to go. But we'll talk about what you did first, because obviously, well, actually, sod it before that. We'll say, how you doing anyway? You all right? Everything's all right?
Yeah, no, I'm doing really well. Yeah, so training's going really well down the gym. So all fingers crossed that we're doing well.
Good, good. As I say, you know, sun shines out. Probably a bit of an arse ache, isn't it? Training in that sort of heat. But I'm sure the gym's not too bad, is it? It's quite air conditioned, isn't it, down there?
Yes, it is, and I am used to heat. So with playing soccer in Florida, I am used to extreme heat. So
I can imagine.
Pretty climatised.
Yeah, you're well drilled, ready for this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, now you've touched on it, let's go back. So, you know, your sporting background all started with the football. How old were you when you got into football?
Probably around 5 or 6, so really young. Started through the grassroots level, and then at 10 or 11, I started playing for West Ham. So I was there for 2 years. Then progressed to Colchester United. So I was there for a year. And then from there, I went on to Chelsea, and I was there for 2 years. And then I went to Arsenal, which I was there for another 2 years. I was then gained a full scholarship to play soccer in Florida. So I was given the opportunity to study, but also play soccer in Florida, which was an amazing experience. Yeah, so it was great. However, it did come to an end. So then I did actually come away from football, and then had 4 years out. And now Sam's gave me the opportunity to now relive the sporting dream. So now that I have stepped in foot in boxing, which I've now really loved and really now dedicated my time to that.
Oh, just what a life already. And Kelsey, I know I shouldn't ask a lady, but how old are you?
I am 23.
Right. So at the age of 23, you've played for some of the biggest teams in England, you know, obviously the biggest team in England. But it's 23, and now you're about to sort of embark on a whole new career, and you've already done that. Some people don't even touch the likes of, it was West Ham, wasn't it? West Ham,
yep.
Chelsea, Arsenal. They don't even come close to doing that. And having your scholarship and going out to Florida and doing that by the age of 23 is incredible. So you must have a real talent for sport, you know, generally, and then to start your career as a boxer.
Yes, so I was only 18 when I went out to Florida, so I was really young. Yeah. And I actually was meeting everyone for the first time. So I actually stepped foot in that airport, and it was the first time that I met my coach, that I met my roommate, and I met my whole house, my whole apartment. So it was a quite scary experience, but it was a life-changing experience of growing up. Had to grow up very quickly at 18. You've got to do everything that you would do as an adult, but as a young child, essentially. So it really did shape you as a person.
How were your parents with that then? Because you think 18, they're letting their little girl go over to something where you've never met anyone.
Yeah.
You're kind of going blind almost.
You are. That is the thing. They know that was a childhood dream for me. So I always wanted to do it since a little girl. Watching Bend It Like Beckham, that was the dream. Wanted to do the same thing. So it was hard for them to let me go, but they knew that that's what I wanted to do. So they were very supportive in that.
Yeah, I think that's amazing to just think, you know, I've my friend's daughter, she's playing for Birmingham now, first team, and she's doing really well. And you just think, you know, the levels, it's just incredible that you've achieved that at the age of 23. She's I think she's 17 or 18 now. So she's kind of now taking that ladder as well. So,
yeah.
You know, what an inspiration. People must look at you and think, look what I can achieve. You know, if you put your heart and soul into it and your dedication. And,
yeah, definitely.
You know, the next minute you're in Florida getting a scholarship, and now you're going over to another pro game, you know, and going from there. So it's amazing, really. So I think you've achieved.
Yeah, so it's great, everything, and as well with when I was in America, the experience that you got. You were playing in Miami, you were playing in Daytona, you were playing in Colorado. So we went to so many places that you wouldn't even get the experience to go to and play in these lovely destinations that we played in.
Yeah. So what was the switch then? Like, you're obviously really talented in your football. You know, as we were saying, you play for the best team in England, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Go on about it. But what was that kind of point where you just kind of thought, I can't do this anymore. I want to try something different? Because you're still really young.
Yes. So it's very hard for me, actually. So having that 4 years out, you kind of, as a sports person, you kind of lose yourself because you're so used to a routine. You're used to going training so many times a week. Your life and soul is into the sport. So don't get me wrong, for the 4 years that I was out of football, I found it very, very difficult. I think really I was just blessed and very lucky that Samm has gave me this opportunity. I can't thank him enough, because it actually has gave me an ambition now to do well again. And like Lucy said to me the other night, she said, it looks like you've lost your passion for football, but it's coming back through in boxing, which is so lovely to see, because you are dedicated to your sport and it looks like it's coming back and you have got the desire to do well. She said that with my football, I'm very dedicated, and she can see that I want to do well, which is always good as well.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice to hear that from people as well, to feel like, do you know what, I am on the right track again, and we're going to try and do well and hit all the achievements that are set by Samm as well.
Yeah, I find it incredible that you've managed to make that transition and as you say, still have that fire in your belly to take on a completely new challenge. But you know, you're already aiming high, and as you say, you've got a great team around you.
Amazing, that gym, yeah.
Samm, I've got all the time in the world for Samm, and Lucy as well. You know, and she's going to guide you. She's doing it as we speak. So you've got someone to almost be in the shadow of while you're starting this journey, but you've got a coach that's going to give you 100%, because that's how he works, doesn't he? So
yeah, so down the gym is amazing. So I work with obviously Samm very closely, Lucy very closely, and Barry as well. Obviously you've got Harry in the gym as well, so it's lovely to have these pros in the gym that can tell you their experiences, and they do pads with you. It's like amazing experience for us new people coming in. And I knew Samm since I was probably about 15 when I first met Samm, because I used to go down the other gyms just for training for football. Always was interested in boxing, but obviously I've gone too far with the football to give it up to start a new sport. So I was very driven with the football, but this was giving me more training for fitness. So I first met him then. So always kept in contact the whole way. And then when he gave me the opportunity to come down and said, why don't you just try and train? You've not trained for 4 years. Give it a shot and see how it goes. Yeah. He said, I bet you will love it. You'll fall in love with it. And I said, okay, I'll see how it goes. So it started from like once a week to twice a week to 3 times a week. So like he said, you would get very hooked to it, and I am really enjoying it.
So would you say, and I'm going to chuck it at you now, would you say your buzz for boxing is more than the buzz you had for football, or is it on par?
That is actually a hard question. I would say probably on par, because I feel like it's come back, essentially.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, because you said, you know, that 4-year absence, and then you've kind of the flames reignited almost, but your passion's driven towards something else. So it's not that you have more passion; it's you've got your passion back in it.
It's like I've claimed it back again.
Yeah. No,
and it's like a narrow road again.
No,
towards the goal.
That's something really special, and I think, like I was saying, the team down there are quality, and you can't go wrong, Kelsey. You can't go wrong.
I think I'm very lucky with the team that I have there. Probably not everyone gets that opportunity.
I think they're very blessed to have you. you know, for someone to come from another sport, be as dedicated as you were, knowing that you give 100%, knowing that you're a dedicated person and you will put your heart and soul into it, that is probably 85, 90% of the battle, is to have that dedication and passion for something. And for you to walk into a gym like that, Sam's going to be rubbing his hands together because he's going to be thinking, I've already got someone here. I just need to mould them into that fighter, and she takes care of the rest because you've already got, you know, it's building those fundamentals of boxing, but, you know, you've already got the professionalism, you've got the heart for it because you love boxing already. It's, you know, all the pieces are there. It's just those fundamentals, isn't it? Building the technique and going from there. And you can already see how much you're loving it, you know.
It is a really hard sport though as well. Yeah, so it is hard work. Yeah. But it'll all be worth it at the end.
Oh, definitely, definitely. But, you know, who's your fighters in the game? Obviously, we'll take Lucy Wildheart out of it because I know how much, you know, you respect her and really like Lucy. What other females are there in the boxing world that you like? Is there people you like to watch in particular, or
Katie Taylor? The documentary that I watched on Netflix of her, I think is amazing. I think she's literally for the sport, and that is her life. Like, she dedicates her whole life to it. I think she's a huge inspiration. Always loved the Rocky films. That's always been another motivational thing that I would follow as well. So those two.
Essential in this house, I'll tell you. What's your favourite Rocky film?
I don't think I could pick one. I think I love them all. I watch them over and over.
I know, but no, there's, as you say, there's plenty of girls in the sport. It's you know, you're probably the right age and you're going in it at the right time. As you say, you're going to start sort of amateur and see how you go from there, build from there.
Yeah.
But what a time to join the sport, honestly. You know, the Olympics is all happening as we speak. You know, all the boxing sort of qualification stages. You look at the rest of the world, the Hannah Rankins, Natasha Jonas, Carly Skelly. There's some big names, isn't there? You know, Shannon Courtney, Ebony Bridges, that happened not so long ago. They're all putting it on the map now, aren't they? And
definitely
Savannah Marshall, which I'm a big fan of as well. But you just think, yeah, they're the girls now leading away, aren't they? They're taking it to that next.
Yeah, doing it great for women's sport as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah, and you're going to be joining that. So, you know, no pressure. And I don't think you will feel it. You look at the team around you, as I say, you've got it all there already. It's just, as you say, reigniting it and just kicking on from where you left off, really, isn't it? In the sport.
Yeah.
So, Kelsey, it's absolute pleasure having you on, to be honest. And
no, thank you for asking me.
Honestly, as I say, a fellow Gooner, welcome anytime. Yeah, it's big times ahead. Big times ahead. And any news you get coming up, you have to give me a shout. We'll get you back on.
Yeah, definitely.
Get you on with Sam and Lucy. We'll try and
that'd be great, down the gym.
And yeah, I just wish you all the best. As I say, you've got it all there already. You know, it's just putting it all into the pot and then just going with it.
Yeah.
So young. I'm not jealous. I am. And yeah, no, good luck to you. And before you go, how do you see Arsenal getting on next season?
Well, hopefully we do well. Let's put fingers crossed.
Or before we get to that, how do you see England doing in the Euros?
Oh, I think we've got to wait and watch. We'll see how well we do.
I like your style.
Yeah.
That means I can put the video out at any time now, and it doesn't sound too bad. Like if we lost the first 3 games and then I put the video out, it's going to look shocking.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, keep up the good work, Kelsey. And
thank you.
Yeah, the big times ahead, and I'll definitely be supporting you. Anyone from that gym, I've massive respect for. I love everyone down at that gym. So keep up the good work, and yeah, I look forward to watching your journey.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. You take care, Kelsey.
You too. See you later.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Kelsey Kiely. Well, pro footballer heading on her way to being a pro boxer. What a story. Dedication. She's had a remarkable career in football, and she's only 23, so it's absolutely mind-blowing. So looking forward to what she can do in the boxing world. As I say, great team down there at Churchill's Boxing Gym. Big shout out to them, especially Samm Mullins, Harry Mullins, Lucy Wildheart. Some great coaching team down there. Yeah, massive respect to all of them. So give them your backing, get behind Kelsey. Great times ahead for the whole gym. So if you've enjoyed this one, head over to YouTube, type in JG's Fight Talk, make sure you hit the subscribe button, check out the rest of the content, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.